we're seeing anything. Like, I'm not seeing anything with the trees from my vantage point really starting to whip around here. So that hopefully will hold up. We don't have any of the strong 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts as predicted with parts of the storm. But it also doesn't indicate there's a lot of rotation. As we are under a tornado watch until 10 o'clock, we do not have a tornado warning for the Omaha Metro. In fact, the only tornado warning we have here is for Pawnee. No, they just canceled Pawnee. They just reinstated it for Gage County, which is interesting. They canceled the tornado warning for Gage. 3 minutes later, changed their mind and said, we're canceling it for Pawnee, continuing it for Gage. That's southeast of Beatrice. Confirmed tornado located over Ocato, 9 miles north of Marysville, Kansas, moving southeast at 35 miles per hour into Kansas. That's heading towards the community of Seneca, Kansas. So Marysville to Seneca on that line in northeastern Kansas. That has got the possibility for tornadoes down there. Not seeing that kind of rotation and reporting here up in the Omaha metro area.
We want to repeat the most pressing issue for the Omaha Council Bluffs Metro will be the severe thunderstorm warning that's still in effect until 6:30 for eastern Douglas, northeast Sarpy, southwest Potawatomi, northwestern Mills County, of course Potawatomi County Mills on the Iowa side of the river. This storm was part of that system, or is that system coming out. We were talking about the Bennington area earlier, and in central Douglas County, north central Douglas County, toward Washington County. But this storm is pouring the rain down now that we've been talking about here at our broadcast facilities in the Dundee area of Omaha. You don't hear that term too much in broadcasting facilities.
The broadcast facilities
the radio, but we're certainly concerned with the storm, just the way some of the structure looked and the way it was being reported as it came out of the north, that storm that was over Bennington. So that's why you have eastern Douglas, northeast Sarpy, southwest Potawatomi, northwestern Mills County, and a severe thunderstorm warning, and that's until 6:30. And the original issuance of this warning included wide-ranging areas, Boys Town, Vincent, Exarban, Florence, Rolston, La Vista, Carter Lake, Midtown, Epley, Council Bluffs, Papillion, South Omaha, Bellevue, and off at Air Force Base. And again, they put special emphasis on people at West Fair, Fairground and Amphitheater, east of Council Bluffs Highway 6, east of I-80, talking about taking shelter immediately. That's from the National Weather Service. And again, be aware of the storm on I-80.
Do we know if there's anything going on at West Fair tonight?
I heard somebody possibly mention something here in the station this week at some point. Something.
Well, they've got people out there watching this as well, and they've got radios out there. And I'm going to take a look here, Terry, to see if we're seeing any power outages with this. We do have some hail, mostly along the northern part of the Omaha metro area. Not quite an inch in diameter, but, you know, that's pretty good. That's a large pea-sized hail there for areas even as far south in the Omaha metro as maybe just north of Boys Town and that part of the Omaha metro. So we are getting some hail with this. And this rain is coming down strong enough that this is going to create some flooding problems. It was just, Terry, what night were you and I sitting in here?
Tuesday.
It was Tuesday night? Where we saw suddenly cars in Midtown Omaha flooded out right there in the streets. And that happened pretty quickly. I don't know if this is going to be like what we saw last summer, where manhole covers were blowing off in downtown Omaha and cars were turning into sailboats down there. I mean, there was an incredible amount of rain that came down and was steady for an hour. This is a good amount of rain. This looks like it's moving out of the Omaha metro area pretty quickly. So hopefully we're not going to see that level of flash flooding here in the community.
In fact, the National Weather Service in Omaha is saying that the severe thunderstorm warning we've been talking so much about for north central Douglas County, they're going, it's still in effect, but a few more minutes. They are saying that will expire at 6 p.m. The storm, which prompted the warning, has moved out of the area, and that's what we're seeing down here and more in the Midtown area and then south. And again, the tornado watch, though, is still in effect for the Omaha Council Bluffs metro area, Lincoln, East Central,
this is going to impact a lot of street signals in that area. This is the 680 corridor heading up towards Highway 36 north of the Omaha Metro. The current outage map there from OPPD. And now we've got hail reported. This is this at Epley, or is this reporting from Epley?
They did have Epley as an area of concern.
This looks like Epley, based on what I'm seeing here on the radar as well. Epley, it just says reporting hail. I'm not sure as to what size those hailstones are.
And Epley is the official reporting station for rain amounts and temperatures for Omaha. And that's where it's not other places.
That's why I wondered if it was perhaps the Epley reporting station saying we have hail, but since it's not any more specific than that, I've just got to have to assume that this is Epley saying we have hail at Epley right now. A lot of cars parked over by Epley Airfield.
No doubt, yes, especially in the summer travel season anytime, and certainly a lot of concern when you have the report of hail like that, as we've been reporting all week from that Tuesday night storm, people trying to assess the damage from that particular storm. So more hail as it heated up, and again, that's why this tornado watch, just from the layman's point of view, was probably put up by the Weather Service just because there was a lot of that updraft, which causes the hail, to use the Meteorology 101 that was part of the broadcast curriculum.
Right. Just to tell you kind of how fast this is moving. A few minutes ago, I said we had hail, or not hail, we said heavy rain here in the Midtown Omaha area, and I didn't see anything lightening up on the other side, but now I do. So this is less than 10 minutes
Lots of wind shear.
that this is moving through, but it has dipped down into Millard, from Chalco to Millard to Ralston, La Vista, heading down over towards Bellevue and that part of the community as well. This is the area that's seeing some of this storm come down here, washing out a lot of softball, baseball games, and soccer is still there, and whatever you think is going on at West Fair, I don't see anything immediately on their webpage as I just took a quick look at it.
This is what they're not seeing.
Like I said, people have been out doing outdoor activities. Hopefully they've got their eyes to the skies on this one. This is something that was predicted for the Omaha metro area in the afternoon, but
That thing's just moving right along.
Throughout the day here, we started looking at this a bit more seriously than
How about that white cloud over there?
A rumble of thunder, and then we're done here.
Yep, Dodge County had a severe thunderstorm warning, and that usually started, well, it depends on where it's going, but it became obvious that dominoes would be falling from the Fremont area into Washington.
Look at all the updraft.
Douglas County, throw Saunders and suddenly we're on our way and getting us moving into the Pyramid Roofing Severe Weather Center coverage.
There's a draft, a downdraft to the right-hand side.
KFAB in Omaha, as also we had storms coming up from the southwest also.
That thing is so fast.
And we've been talking about those cells moving to the south, so that we're at 558. That maybe
Be careful on driving with this.
Yeah, I'm looking at this, and Terry, we've got thunderstorms, we've got hail, a little bit of hail. We're moving out of the community.
I'm out at about 168 at the moment.
Here in
No, just kind of breaking up a little bit, but still moving around pretty fast.
As this is moving through, I'm seeing sunlight on the backside of it. We're not seeing rotation. We're not seeing tornado warnings.
That thing is breaking up.
We have a tornado watch still in effect for the Omaha Metro, but this seems to be just an absolute overabundance of caution for the community right now.
Yeah, the severe thunderstorm warning remaining in effect until 6:30 for northern Dakota.
That cloud's gone now.
Nebraska. So be aware of that.
But the air's still there.
75 south out of the metro. And certainly, like Omaha was between two storm zones, like we pointed out earlier.
It has been the case a lot of times here over the last few months here in the spring as well. So, here's what we're going to do here. It's coming up on 6 o'clock, and we're going to take 2 minutes here for a Fox News report, and then Terry and I will rejoin you here with the latest in the storm, which just give us a couple minutes to reassess.
You know that's a
Take a look
rotating
at things
thunderstorm.
here, but the the definitive word right now, we're not seeing a threat of tornadoes for the Omaha. There's no tornado warning.
There's another
for the
white
Omaha
cloud that's
Metro,
moving right along.
and that's obviously fantastic. The tornadic activity down southeast of Beatrice is what we were looking at. That's now moved into Kansas. So here at 6 o'clock, we'll get an update from Fox News here for 2 minutes, and then Terry Leahy and me, Scott Voorhees, will rejoin you here to recap, what we've seen and where we're going here. It's 6 o'clock on Nebraska's news, weather, and traffic station, News Radio 1110 KFAB Omaha.
Prices pump. I'm Joe. News. Another day and another all-time high for gas prices. National average now $5 per gallon. Fox's Alexis McAdams in New York City.
That's up 60 cents from last month. Drivers paying nearly $2 more per gallon than we were last summer. Although people aren't happy, they really aren't surprised either because it's been climbing steadily for months. California, Nevada, Alaska, Illinois, and Washington, you guys have the highest gas prices in the nation. California sits at about $6.43 a gallon. Illinois, you guys are at $5.56 a gallon.
Inflation has hit levels not seen in 40 years. A March for Our Lives rally today in Washington, D.C. with thousands demanding further gun legislation. Manuel Oliver lost his son in the 2018 Parkland school shooting.
Avoid going back to school if President Biden fails to open a White House office of gun violence prevention so that we can finally give this issue the attention that it deserves.
Similar events being held in other cities. The son of former Major League second baseman Steve Sachs was killed this week in a Marine training flight crash in California.
33-year-old Captain John Sachs was among the 5 Marines killed when an Osprey tilt-rotor aircraft went down Wednesday during training. Steve Sachs
That has got so much rotation to it.
His son had wanted to be a pilot since he was young. Steve Sachs ended his statement by saying the loss would change his life forever, and it's a loss not only to the Marines, but to this world. On Mortality, Fox News.
Excessive heat watches, warnings, and advisories are in effect for parts of the southwest to the southern plains. High temperatures are likely to range from the 100s into the 110s, lows in the 70s and 80s. America is listening. Fox News.
But I think there is something to this storm.
And at 6:02, Scott Voorhees here back.
I mean, it might not be producing anything now, but it will later.
News Radio 1110 KFAB. The storm here across the Omaha Metro has been, the story, I should say, has been the storm across the Omaha Metro. A tornado watch is in effect until 10 o'clock tonight for the Omaha Metro. But right now we've got rain that is
Supercell is
Omaha, moving into
spinning like a top.
But with this, we do have some small hail that has been indicated around with this storm to the north of Omaha. Larger size hail to the south. That's moving also outside of the Omaha Metro area. And on the back end of it tonight, it looks like we'll stay dry overnight with a low of 67. It's going to be up into the 90s tomorrow and looking at triple digits by Monday afternoon with a high topping out at 103. Temperatures in the 90s here throughout the week and back up towards triple digits as we get into potentially next weekend as well if the forecast holds that long. But even if it comes down a little bit, it's not going to come down that much. We're up into the 90s. It's going to be hot. It's going to be muggy.
Boy, I wish that Scott Voorhees could see this.
With, again, triple digits on Monday. Right now, 72 with that rain in Omaha, Council Bluffs. And we're at 84 in Lincoln. We'll get you back to regular programming here in just a moment. Thank you for being with us on the Pyramid Roofing Severe Weather Center on KFAB.
Not every day you get to work someplace where you help determine the direction of the company. That's one of the many things that makes Inland Truck Parts and Service special. Inland's now hiring truck technicians, as well as component shop transmission and differential builders. Great pay, great benefits, and the chance to build an amazing career. Apply in person at 5301 Alvo Road in Lincoln, 9944 South 136th Street in Omaha, or inlandtruck.com.
Your first home or your dream home, Centris can get you over the threshold. Our lenders and low rates. Purchase a new home or refinance one you already love. Apply online at centrisfcu.org. Federally insured by Disney Way. Loan subject to credit approval. Equal housing lender.
What are smart home sellers doing right now to capitalize on the best real estate market in decades? Get expert advice every Wednesday at 8:42, right here on KFAB, the
sessions to individuals and families, providing mental health services to students at 24 schools.
Okay, well, I'm going to continue filming if I see anything else that's interesting.
Donate at BCOmaha.org to shine a light for